Hi, everybody. Alexia and I welcome you to our podcast. And today is something that basically every single person in the world has to deal with. How many of you out there have heard of the word stress? Is My job is to put it into the biggest possible context for understanding. The more you understand, the more power you have. Okay. The father of stress, Dr. Hans Selye. Before Dr. Hans Selye, there was no word stress in the medical parlance. We all know, you don't have to define it, we all know what stress is. Okay. So Hans Selye he spent his life at McGill University in Canada, and he was head of experimental medicine up there, of the department. And he has over 1,400 scientific publications on stress and 32 trade books. And in 1977, I had the honor of meeting Dr. Selye at a big holistic health conference in Houston, Texas, when I was on the faculty at Baylor College of Medicine. And that same year, I opened up the Stress Relief Center of Houston. And Alexia insisted that I mention this, is that I had to go downtown and DBA, I didn't even know what that was, doing business as, and I had to check the files there. This is before computers, and there was no such word in the city of Houston as stress relief anything. I was the first one. So I opened up the Stress Relief Center of Houston, doing biofeedback, 1977. Okay, so that's the historical context. The catch is this: in medicine, see, we have stress glands, and they sit on top of the renals, which are kidneys. Renal is kidney. So they're next to the kidney, on top of the kidney, so they're adrenal glands, adrenals, okay? But here's the catch. I remember when I taught medical students embryology for about 6 months, is embryologically, it's really what we all have is two glands in one. There's two stress glands which fuse embryologically. So in adults, we have an inside and an outside. The inside, my language when I spoke to Dr. Selye, is short-term stress. That's the inside. The hormone you've heard of, adrenaline. The target, the cardiovascular system. Okay. Now, short-term stress, now I'm going to be a little simple about this because there's encyclopedias on it, see, but short-term stress targets the cardiovascular system, like when we do a good cardio workout, okay? Walking, jogging, things like that. So short-term stress, we get a good workout, but here's the catch. After a period of time, a short period of time, it's over and we go back to normal. But the real bugaboo is long-term chronic stress. And that's from the outside of the adrenal glands. And there's something like about 40 different stress hormones called corticosteroids. Example par excellence is, you've heard of it, cortisone. Okay. So cortisone is long-term stress. That's the world today. It's unrelenting, see. So we have to all deal with it, okay? Again, the more you know about it, the better you could deal with it. So cortisone is the long-term stress hormone. But here's the catch. Definition of hormone, it has a target tissue. Well, you know the target tissue of adrenaline, short-term stress, the inside, the adrenal medulla, okay? But the target tissue of long-term stress, The cortisone, the outside, is, guess what? The immune system. Wow. In this day and age, is the immune system important? Okay. So we know the immune system is our number one defense against what? Viruses, bacteria, fungi. And when I spoke to Dr. Selye, is he agreed with me that stress is also related to cancer because the T cells go round and round, and it's called immune surveillance against cancer. It's in all the medical books. So now the catch is that what to do about it. Alexia always insists of helping everyone and giving practical everyday pointers. So what I gave you was the background, the theory, beforehand Selye, round figures, about 1935 or so. The word stress did not exist as we know it today, and there was no concept of stress in medicine. Today, I mean, it's a major, major parameter, major understanding. So let's just use Alexia as an example. How does Alexia deal with stress? Well, every day she does her aerobic exercise, dissipates the stress that accumulates in the body. And yesterday's podcast on the two great psychiatrists, psychologists, okay, Bessel van der Kolk and Dr. Peter Levine, they show that so much stress is registered not only here in the brain, but in the body. So that's the key, because you could address the body very easily. You can get to the body very easily. The body is really the key. So Alexia does number one is aerobic walking at a brisk pace, relieve stress. And Alexia is really big on massage, 640 outside muscles, okay, and to relieve the stress there, because we said in yesterday's podcast, muscle memory, stress accumulates in the muscles there, and it has a memory, so to speak. And then is what Alexia does also is nasal breathing, okay? Many, many benefits. Number one is the repository of nitric oxide, okay, is right behind the nose, not behind the mouth, okay? So when Alexia does the nasal breathing, she will deliver a lot more blood to her leg muscles and heart, because the nitric oxide, what it does is vasodilation. That's good. Vasoconstriction, bad. That's called high blood pressure. And then Alexia will also get stress relief because the nitric oxide has a tranquilizing effect on the brain. In addition, Alexia will do the deep breathing when she takes her walks. So she'll engage what is known in medical physiology as the dead space, which is the bottom of the lungs, 1/3. So right off the bat, she's getting 1/3 more energy, okay, 1/3 more oxygen, but also the nuance is that the bottom third of the lungs has the slow down parasympathetic nervous system innovation. In other words, basically, it's calming. So, what we're going to do is have many, many more podcasts on all of these little techniques to help you out with stress relief and all the little kind of helpers, to deal with the body. And what we do is, of course, provide the context, the understanding, instead of just do this, do this, do this, phone book stuff. So, Alexia and I again, thank you for tuning in to our podcast and visiting us. And we will look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.